started.
Like the Discord suppression function or something like that.
Oh. I felt vomit come up. Oh. Vomit come up. Oh. Hi, YouTube. Mom, look, I'm famous.
Alright, we are live on YouTube.
Mom, look, I'm famous.
And we are live on Discord. We are live on Discord and YouTube.
OMG, this is better than the Super Bowl.
If you guys actually are watching on YouTube, I do have access to YouTube live chat, although I have no idea how much I'll be checking it. For those of you who are going to watch this in the future, this is a live commentary / discussion with the folks from UTD and some outside folks of the fighting at Spring Comet Crush 2024. So, without further ado, let's dive right into it. So, we're going to have a bunch of just garbage here. I don't know about this camera quality. I think it's going to be the same throughout. That's just unfortunate. We'll have to fix that in the future. But we're going to have to skip a little bit to actually get into the meat of this. I have no idea how long this load time is going to be.
Gotcha,
oh,
you're good.
We're lagging. Alright, so here's our little pre-tournament meeting.
That's an insane thing to say. Okay.
So it looks like
Christopher.
Everybody's gearing up for their first fights.
Scorecard comes up with the results from.
Ready.
Alright, we got our first fight of the day. It looks like Emerald and Chris, actually. Let's take a look at this. Now, I'm not going to pause this as much as I would with normal fight review or a distance management. Nice underneath hand shot there. Because there's just so much footage here. I'm not going to pause this as much and talk about it.
Ready.
We're just going to do kind of a running commentary. Unless I see something I absolutely want to point out. Nice probing from long point here. No execution though. Alright, so we both decide to step in at the same time. And we got a double looking like it's going on.
Ready.
Emerald walking in with Pasta Dodonna here. You see how Emerald on the right gets punished for walking in with his hands up there?
1 point green. Round 2.
Round 2. Judges, are you ready? Ready. People, are you ready?
Ready.
Fighters, are you ready?
Ready.
Fight.
Start in the middle. Judges decided they didn't like the exchange.
Judges. Point orange.
1 point orange.
There you go. Beautiful.
Round 2.
So you see there how just a little bit of aggression can go a long way against somebody who's not ready for you.
Nick, do you want me to repeat the points? Do you want me to repeat the points?
Yes, please.
Okay, I'm point green.
Daniel, I'm
Ready.
hearing your voice, but it's coming through the video and not through Discord.
Yeah.
I blinked. I didn't see what happened there.
Wasn't it from the stream? Like he actually was
Yes,
talking.
no, like people are actually talking live, and it's the same people who are here right now, so it's confusing my brain. Also, hi, Gavin.
Hello.
Hi, Chris.
I need to take a look at the Discord chat to see who's coming in. Is anybody in particular? Oh, Chris, this is your fight, actually. We were just talking about how nice your last thrust was.
Yep.
One orange.
So, Chris, your hit was good there, but because we're not wearing leg protection, we had to call out for Emerald.
No, hold on.
Max green.
No, it's weird. Hold on.
Green. Savannah. Orange.
It kept like going back.
It keeps saying invalid exchange. No,
Yeah.
but it won't. Should.
Nice probing here from Chris. Just got to be careful exposing those hands from below. And we have the hand shot from below from Emerald. So good probing into long point, but if we can see real fast right here, when we probe from long point, we actually took a step forward here, and that was the downfall here. So if we had kept our measure and used that long point probing, that tip would have come up, we would have been able to catch it, and you have a way higher percentage of surviving there.
Up, Selkie green, Darian orange.
And Ash, you see how there are 5 total exchanges?
On deck is Zachary green and Charlie orange.
And then we got the next few people coming in.
Yeah, noted.
Green.
Alright, so this guy on the left is actually a guy visiting us from Academia de Leon. And the guy on the right is from University of Dallas, I believe. Do you think... I didn't quite see what happened there because of the camera angle.
Ready.
I think it was a hand shot. Somebody else see what happened?
Adam green, Xander orange. On deck, Michael, Savannah.
One green.
Right.
Ready.
Judges clearly saw that, but both fighters think they got hit. This fight is pretty messy so far. So this guy also tends to lead with his hands in.
One green.
Which I don't like. He's really going for those
Ready.
deep cuts. Going for deep cuts is great and fine. However, you have to keep your shallow target safe first. You see, he's also kind of hanging out in the short guard. This guy on the left could benefit a lot from pushing out the long point more often and reminding his opponent that his sword is there. So that he self-called there, but we called it flat. There would be a solid hit.
One orange. Round. That was the 4th exchange. Ready.
Couldn't see that one very well from his exchange.
One orange. What? Green. Match list. Selkie green, and Darian orange for them. Ready.
I love when my fighters are ready to go when I call them, which rarely happens. Take a look at this again. Yeah.
One green. Ready.
A nice underhanded cut from Selkie there. The parry cut up to the hands. Selkie in the purple. So this is Darian, I believe.
One green.
Darian, formerly
Ready.
the president of the club at Texas A&M College Station, who now trains with us at UTD. You can see how Darian's hanging parry is a little bit low with the hands. If he put his hands higher above his head, it would be better.
That was a very nice cut.
Let's see it again in 4K. Alright, so his cut missed, unfortunately, and Selkie came up from below. And the judges are meeting in the middle right here, probably to discuss sufficient contact.
One green. Ready. Ready.
Chris, remind me, did you make it to finals, or were you like close
We've
to
been
making it to
skipping
finals?
around. Give me 1 second.
I was
close-ish.
Okay.
It was like number 12 in the rankings.
It's pretty good.
I did make it if it was just the first 2 polls, but the other 2
One
pushed me
orange.
out. Too many good people.
That happens.
Ready.
Yep.
Last exchange.
Kenton getting right in the way.
Discord is the bracket that I can look at and see who's up on the
It'll be on HEMA's scorecard. I think, did he post
Alright,
it to
there's
the
a
HEMA
possible
scorecard
handshot
on
there.
Discord?
in the announcements. It doesn't look like it. He has 2 pictures or 2 links to a form.
Okay.
I'm not sure
I'll
what's
do it
going on
in a
here.
second.
Oh, wait, no. It's just from the
Phone if. What was the last exchange? I'm sorry. I was answering a question. 1 green. Okay. We're going.
Yeah, the biggest thing in any tournament is when you're sharing gear is time between exchanges. We could have run this in a third of the time if everybody had their own gear. Ooh, let's see that again. Is that Darian? I feel like that's Darian. I'm gonna call him Darian. I don't care who
That
that
is
is.
Darian.
Okay, so Darian comes in with a very confident attack, and Emerald just looks like he's not ready for it. Yeah, Emerald cuts up, and hands it is held not in the right place for that parry.
1 orange.
That's weird, because I saw Darian's attack from this angle.
I think it's because Darian approached pretty fast, and a lot of things that I've noticed, in not just the Comet Crush, as well as in other tournaments, is that people will just go and meet in the middle and stop. Darian didn't go meet in the middle and stop, he just kept going, which is what caught Emerald off.
Okay, however, this point is called for Emerald. And I think this was a miscall on our part, because I hear Darian's attack. Like, I heard it hit. It was either gloves or mask.
Darian, I don't think Darian hit. I think Emerald powered through his strike.
Okay, we're gonna have to
And-
see how it is later. Or, not later, but... We can't change the call, but... I have no idea. Without actually feeling the hit, we called it this way at this time. But the point still remains.
Well, I
If
mean,
Emerald had
Darian's
not...
One
playing it,
orange.
So he didn't feel it.
Yeah. Let's keep watching. It's a good reaction, but I don't like the setup. Let's say that. Some good prodding here. Some nice distance control, popping the hand shots.
Yeah, Darian has very good.
Alright, so Darian has an interesting idea here. I believe Emerald hits Darian over his parry. So if I mentioned in Darian's last fight that he holds his hands too low with his hanging parries, Emerald was just able to hit Darian over his parry.
1 green.
We can see it again in this still. Right here. We can see that hit comes over and hits the forearm. Or does he get the parry?
Use the frame by frame, Nicholas.
Because you see this judge over here calls it for Emerald. But then we have a disagreement afterwards. Right here. Did that shot get in time? Who knows? I think maybe Darian actually caught this. Oh, I thought he had his hands up early. It looks like he actually caught it. This is my bad. It looks like he actually caught it here in the short guard and then transitioned up, which is very good. I like that a lot better. So the distinct difference is a lot of people will come in to right here. They'll see the shot coming in, and they'll transition up into this kind of half hanging parry with your hands like in front of your chest, and that's a recipe to get your hands hit. But if we catch it first in the short guard, like right here, and then transition up, then we have a beautiful shot here that we can land. I like that a lot. I think I missaw that earlier when I thought Emerald got over. But yeah, I like that a lot. Let's watch it again. Parry and Pasta Breve here. Transition to Pasta di Donna. Get the hit. See, this judge thinks that Emerald got in. But fighters both indicate Emerald doesn't think the strike was good, so we call
One
it for
green.
Darian.
Ready.
Oh, Ash, one more thing. Since you're here, I want you to look at my fighters real fast. You see how this fighter here is pointing his sword up, and this fighter is pointing at the other one? This is a meaning for this. So when a fighter thinks that they landed a hit, you point your sword in the air. If you think your opponent landed a hit, you point your sword at them. If you don't know what happened, you point your sword towards the ground. We stole this from a big tournament in, I think, Oklahoma called Gazelle Infected, and it helps tremendously for judges to see things. It helps so much, especially if you're training new judges. Like every exchange, you think you landed a hit, you point your sword in the air. You think you got hit, point your sword at your opponent to indicate that they should get the point. Or if you have absolutely no idea what happened, you point your sword at the ground. And I absolutely encourage you to
and while
steal
I have
that.
you on this, while I'm stealing from y'all, what's the size of your rings?
Yes.
Good question.
Standard.
I think it was like 20
Got
feet by 20 feet. And by feet, I mean my foot in my tennis shoe. Because that is, that is in fact exactly 1 foot. If you measure it,
You're a STEM major, goddammit.
That's a fun thing about my foot, is in my shoes, my foot from toe to heel is exactly 12 inches. So the rings are 20 feet by 20 feet. It's either that or 25 by 25, but I'm pretty sure it's 20. But ring size doesn't really matter. Just make it relatively
One
adequate.
green.
Good fighters will fence well
Ready.
regardless of rule set or requirements, as long as it's not too small. Hello. Hey, Darian, we were just talking about you. Your fight is up right now, actually. Hey, you want to see your really cool parry pose? We were just breaking
One
down that
green.
parry pose that you got.
Ready.
So yeah, be careful coming in too close. And we were just talking about
One
this
orange.
with Ash, but be careful coming too close in your bomb dog,
Ready.
your Bastidodana with your hands out in front. Because Emerald was just able to pop your hands there as you guys closed. And that time you powered through.
One green.
I didn't see Emeralds.
Ready.
That was pretty good. Step offline, pops the hand.
Woo!
It's very nice.
Next is Christopher Green and Charlie Orange.
Darian
On
wanted
deck
you to
after
say
them is
something
Selkie Green,
Oh yeah, I just
Zachary
said
Orange.
that was
If you're
really
on
nice.
deck,
Stepping offline and getting up to the hand.
go ahead and stand over here or stand behind ever just so we know people are ready.
Gavin, remind me why your name in Discord is Garvin.
I wanted to gaslight people.
Alright, Chris, you're back up.
Selkie Green and Zachary Orange.
And Chris, if I recall, you win this match, so let's take a look.
Actually, in the DFW Discord.
Yep.
Whoa.
Yeah. Because I'm in the one that you see here, and I'm in the like second intercollegiate one, but not DFW.
Oh. What are you trying to get to?
Very nice.
Well, Chris,
Keeping Chris, very nice. Keeping your point in front of you.
the link to the scoreboard and the link to
Okay, we call this a double. I want to see why.
he wants me to send like the link to like
I think your thrust came in here, Chris, but your sword was right on the center, and his blade came up to your hands. In hindsight, I would probably just call this for you, because I don't know if your sword stopped his, but it's impossible to see through his elbow if his sword actually makes contact with you.
What are you trying to get to?
Well, Chris wants, he wants me to send like the link to like the.
And you see this fighter is unsure whether he should engage it.
And the link to the stream.
Okay.
Because he wants them to.
Ready? Yes. You're good. How did that?
Oh, the wine.
There we go. Very nice blade action there. Good control there.
Okay, 1 green.
Chris, this is the. Did you just bend my sword, Chris?
Ready.
This is the one where you bent my sword, isn't it?
So you want?
Well, it got bent. Like the thing coming in.
Okay, 1 second.
Not Chris, bending the club swords.
I was trying to fix it.
Invite to a Discord.
I just step on it. Here you go. It's good now.
Look for your.
Huh. Oh, you're not my friend. Okay.
What's going on here? Do you have his sword, Chris?
I think I had his hands.
Okay.
Huh. Oh, you're not my friend. Okay.
Something I noticed. Go ahead and replay that once more, please.
Oh, you're not my friend. Okay.
Keep talking, Lauren. We don't have time to pause it, but talk fast.
Give me till after this match.
Sure.
Okay.
So, Chris, whenever you entered in, it looked like your sword was held up like really straight, and your tip wasn't pointed at the other guy. So whenever you enter in, make sure that you're provoking, not provoking. Sword go wee. You're threatening him by having your sword in long point with your tip pointed at him. Because if you approach like with your sword like just straight up, like he has nothing to be afraid of. But if you approach in long point, the tip pointed at him,
Go ahead
and
and
he
ask that
doesn't
guy
want to
in the
get
green
stabbed.
shirt. He'll be in it and
He's
he'll have a
gonna
link.
keep his distance.
1 orange.
As opposed to sword
Yeah, just call him Jesus.
You know what I mean?
So,
I apologize. I was
Ready.
trying to pay attention to the video and I didn't.
Nah, you're good.
Listen. Sorry.
she said.
I think I know what you mean.
Yeah. So with this last exchange,
Have a better presence.
with this last exchange, if you had gripped onto your sword, I think you would have impaled him enough to where we would have called it for you. But because it slipped out of your hands, we had to call it for him.
Understandable.
That was a clean handshot for you, I believe.
Green. Or 1 green.
Let's watch it again. Yeah, you caught the hand. He caught you a little bit, but it was out of tempo and it was after you'd cut his
Green.
fingers.
Or 1 green. Ready.
Hello, welcome.
Hello.
It's
Alright, yeah, see, look how your opponent here cuts through the center line and you're able to capitalize on that and just take his face.
that was the 5th exchange. It was a double and then. No, wait, I'm sorry. We have 1 more. I'm sorry. Got it.
Daniel trying to mislead us.
Ready.
The double looked weird on the thing.
Nice footwork from both of you. Nice distance management. Alright. It's an interesting grapple.
1 green.
Okay, you landed the hit before your glove came off, which is good, because if your glove came off first, we'd have to redo the exchange.
Selkie green, Zachary orange. On deck after them is Emerald green and Charlie orange.
I realized later that everything I said the entire day is on video, and I really hope I didn't say anything weird.
Oh, you definitely did.
God fucking damn it.
Alright, you see it? Alright, okay, right here. Good example for all of you. See how we're hovering in measure? We're like both weirdly in measure and our hands are open. Right here, Zach in the bluish able to just take advantage of that and cut at Sulky's hands.
1 orange.
But Zach is able to cut at Sulky's hands while still having his hands retracted. So imagine if you were cutting like with extended arms, how in measure they would both be. Also, Zach has a massive problem where he rotates his front foot inward, but he also has a permanently inward rotating front knee, which makes it difficult for him.
One orange. Ready. One orange. Ready.
Alright, these exchanges all suffer from the same thing with distance management. I'm just going to say for both of these people need to work on distance management. We're going to skip ahead in the interest of time. So it looks like we got Emerald and UD guy.
The best way to get bad distance management.
Play the tip-to-tip game and have somebody stab you when you get too close. Or pop your hands.
Ready.
We can add it to our warm-ups next practice if you'd like, Cooper.
Wink, wink. Nudge, nudge.
One green.
Whatever. Yeah, smooth spin.
One green.
Move on to the next fight. This is Darian and Zach. So, Zach is still suffering from poor distance management here. We need to be farther away, and we must be farther away. His actions are good, but his spacing is going to kill him. But Darian is trying to feint him out. So, if Darian throws committed strikes here, like right there, if that was more committed, that would have landed. While I have you guys here, are there any of you here who are specifically in pool 1 or 3 who want to see your fights?
I'll go ahead and volunteer.
Alright, so I'm going to see if I can find another Chris fight, because you have at least one more, don't you?
I think I have 3 more.
Okay. You might be up right now, alright. Here's Chris right here. And this is Chris and Selkie, I believe. I don't know what the heck's going on here, but
I think there was a little break going on.
Alright. Very nice thrust around. Taking advantage of Selkie being inactive.
One green. Ready.
Specifically in this fight, Chris, I want you to recognize that your reach is a lot longer than Selkie's and you can abuse it. But just perfect, like you just did just there. You popped out in a long point and Selkie had to respond. Right there, Selkie caught you daydreaming.
One orange.
Like between actions.
Ready.
Alright, so right here we're going to need to realize that charging it is not going to work. So we're going to see how you behave in the next exchange.
Ready.
So we're a little bit more cautious. Yeah, right here, Chris, I'd like to see you... Yeah, perfect. Exactly like that. Very nice thrust. I want to see you abusing your range, because you're taller and you've got long arms, right? Definitely abuse that. Alright.
Oh.
So the reason we're meeting in the middle here is because of quality of contact. You had the timing there, but I don't know if I like it. So I'm asking my judges if it's good quality.
Seeing it here again, I wouldn't have liked it either.
Yep. I remember distinctly at some point I had to yell at Gavin. It's like, damn it, Gavin, stop giving me low quality hits. There we go, we get. Alright, so I think, Chris, I saw your hit there, but at least one of my judges saw a double, and Antoine's not quite sure what he saw. Because I saw yours, Antoine saw Sulky's, I think, and the other judge saw double. I see, I had to turn to Sulky and ask where you think he landed the hit.
Next, Zachary Green, Emerald Orange.
Judging
On
is
deck
hard,
after
man.
them is Charlie Green and Selkie Orange.
I do like the thing where judges wear silly clothes, though. I think that judges should either wear silly clothes or wear nice clothes. Like, if you look at the Helsinki Open,
This is in fact still running.
They're in like tuxedos.
yeah, they're in like tuxes or like fancy clothes. Should I get a little red bow tie?
Zachary and Emerald.
It's psychological. You're not going to argue with someone who looks.
So it's having me. I do have to change the active match every time. It looks like I don't see a button to do that, but it'll come up and say, "Hey, the match you're on isn't the active
know
match.
where
Do you want to
the
make
head
it
judge is at all
Yeah, so-
times.
But I don't know. Ready. No one on deck? Y'all are done? The fuck?
My bad.
We got Emerald and Zach here.
How are y'all 5 matches ahead of us?
A nice one-handed
less
shot to the
people?
hands
Oh.
there.
One orange. Ready.
Alright, so we're
One
starting
orange.
to see the weakness
Ready.
of coming in with the short guard here. If Zach had provided a little bit more threat to Emerald, I feel like he could have kept Emerald at bay a little bit more. Like right there, you see how he pops out and he's able to push Emerald back.
One orange. Ready. Yo. Ready.
Okay, we're entering both with the hands forward here. I think that was... Oh, oopsies.
I had emerald, 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 and then a double.
Honestly, I might break this up into 2 separate live streams, one for pool 1 and one for pool
Sorry.
3.
That was my fault. I thought I got.
Since this has turned out to be
Charge
so
for
long.
orange on deck.
Yeah, we got so much fighter
Ready.
footage.
One green. Ready.
Alright. So if Selkie's watching this later, Selkie, something I want to see from you is please keep your tip forward as you're coming in.
One green.
A bigger guard like that
Ready.
can just crush a smaller person's guard if you don't have your tip on. Did somebody just leave and join in and leave?
Ash left.
Okay. Oh yeah, I'm probably gonna break this up into 2 live streams. Can see that. Next exchange.
Double.
Alright, so Selkie, you're just getting bullied here. Selkie, if you're gonna watch this later, I want you to work from long point more and try and keep your opponents far away from you.
Ready.
You see our parries here kind of crumbling a little bit from Selkie into purple.
On deck after you're on.
Alright, Chris, you're back up.
They had 5, we had 6.
Is that Darian on the other
Yeah,
side?
that's you and Darian. This should be
Okay,
interesting.
that's right. I was gonna say.
Everybody fights everybody to a really thank you.
Yeah.
Wait, we already missed an exchange. That was... Okay, interesting. Let's watch that one more time. Darian comes in from full iron gate with this kind of thing. You come in with like a quick thrust. And both your swords kind of bounce off, so it's hard to see the conclusion of the exchange. But Darian did self-call.
Okay.
But I thought it was quality.
It looked like pretty gnarly.
So we're just going again.
Yeah, again.
That time it was better. You had the same exchange twice in a row, Chris, which I find very interesting. It happens more often than you think. Nice toast to the face, though. Did he get your hand here?
Yeah, he got me on the thumb.
Oh, I hate those. I hate the thumb shots. They piss me off when people repeatedly get me on the thumb, for real.
One green. Ready.
Because it's a target you don't even think about, right? Until you get hit there.
Oh,
that was cool.
God.
Thank you,
One orange. Ready.
Daniel's sitting here laughing.
That was hype for you, and I was hype for Emerald.
Let's see what's going on here. Oh yeah, you got his head, and he got your torso. Yeah, it's double. I agree with that.
Ready.
Chris, what happened that time?
Just
one green.
I was going in without preparing for any kind of.
When we go in for the one-handed action, it's like all or nothing, right? And if we miss,
Nick,
it's like gambling. What?
Nick,
what?
That was the 6th exchange. You did one more. It was
That's
3 and then a double and then one more.
Do you think I was yelling at you?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Oh wait, can we see if I was right or if I was smoking something?
It was a tie, yeah.
Keeping count even.
After this fight,
Yeah, it
Darian
was-
told my parents that I was ferocious.
It was a 4 and then it was 5. So it was a tie.
Try that shit.
Next is Emerald Green and Selkie Orange with Zachary Green and Christopher Orange on deck. 13.
Alright, so this is going to be Zach and Selkie. That'll be in the next live stream, Daniel.
Oh, okay.
Double. Ready.
Oh shoot, I'm not watching this chat.
One green. Ready.
Alright. Good action from Emerald. Did that hit? Did that hit, chat?
I zoned out.
Oh, it looks like it hit from this angle. I brought the judges in because from the angle I was at, I just couldn't see shit. Antoine's not calling it either, so if Antoine had called it, I would have called it. Gavin, your foot be tapping over there.
Sure does.
Too close, Emerald, danger zone. Oh, there we go.
One green. Ready.
What was that, Emerald? Alright, nice one-handed hand shot from Emerald.
One green.
Those are exactly the kind of one-handed shots I was trying to get Lauren to throw at the Transcendence tournament the day before this. Which she actually placed third in. Nice thrust. Here's Daniel's little gasp there.
Next, Zachary Green
you.
and Christopher Orange. On deck after them is Charlie Green and Darian Orange.
You're the table. You don't get to be impartial. Or you don't get to be partial.
Scoring. That's what I mean.
You're adding extra points for Emerald and Chris.
I really tried not to.
So next one is the last. Yeah, correct.
The thing about judging is judging has to be super impartial, right? Which is hard when one of the people you've trained for a while is going up like against somebody from another school. But it has to be completely cold and emotionless. Otherwise, it's not fair to anybody. Alright, Chris, looks like you're up again.
Christopher Orange, Zachary Green.
Alright.
You are
ready.
So Chris, I saw a lot of this from you at the tournament, and like the charging in with the grapples. I'm interested in what your mindset was going in. Did you plan to try and play like this going in, or was this kind of spontaneous?
I think that one of it was more spontaneous, but in my mindset, I was thinking like, oh, I was doing pretty good with grapples at like practices the past couple of times. I was thinking like, oh, I should do more of those.
All right. So what I was going to say is you're tall and strong and you do well in the grapple. However, charging in for a grapple can get you hit by somebody who's playing the Knock Horizon game, who's trying to like back up and smack you as you're coming in. Well, it can absolutely get you hit by somebody who's
green.
Directly countering that.
Thank you.
Also, hello Fidencio. Alright, there we go, using our length and reach against our opponent.
1 orange. Ready.
So, Chris, the Italians don't have a name for this action, but the Germans call it the Zorn Ort. So in the Italian sense, you'd be cutting in from Pox to Dodona to take the center line strongly, and just pushing out to long point to thrust in. So like cut in and thrust all in one action. And I feel like because you're nice and tall, it would work out well for you, especially against this level of people that we're fighting. So I'd love to see you try that a little bit in your sparring. Just cut in strongly and then continue to drive your point forward with a thrust.
Gotcha.
One orange.
Also, your socks are falling down. This makes me so sad.
Yeah. The elastic in the orange sock is like completely gone.
Oh, is that why you got new Hema socks?
No.
I'm not gonna lie, I like your multicolored socks. I think they give you a nice character when you're fencing.
Exactly.
Because most people are like boring, all
orange.
black, right?
Next is Charlie green and Darian orange.
Gotta have some kind of
green.
You know.
Yes, absolutely.
Set your school.
One green. Ready.
This is Darian and a guy from UD. Alright, so Darian kind of does a nice gentle action there, but it was controlled, so we go ahead and call it. We know that he could have put more power into that if he wanted to. Parried with the hands.
One orange. Ready.
I wonder.
And I were constantly switching gear.
Oh. So that time UD throws a cut way out of measure.
Ready.
Hello. Ash is back. So we're resetting the exchange, I believe.
Woo! End of
thank you
pool
for your
1.
honesty. Alright, that is the end of pool 1. So, what do you guys think about the fighting so far? Any comments before I go ahead and end the stream?
The judging system is greatly improved.
How so?
Like having the fighters will add addition with like the sword pointing. That was a
yeah, I like that a lot. I definitely like that a lot.
I like a lot of what I'm seeing. I intend on stealing as much as possible.
Absolutely. So we actually have 3 judges, right? We have 1 head judge, which in this case is me in the ring, and 2 other judges, 2 like assistant judges. There's one assistant judge on either side, and the assistant judge's job whenever they see a hit is just to hold their hand up towards the person who landed the hit. And in the ring, the head judge has absolute authority. So even if both assistant judges point their hand towards one person, if the head judge saw something and they know what they saw, they can call it for the other person. But generally, decisions defer to the assistant judges. The head judge calls the things, but the assistant judges provide valuable input. And whenever it's not completely clear to the head judge what happened, like he saw something, like the head judge saw something, and then the other 2 judges agree. Whenever that doesn't happen and it's not clear, we'll call the judges in. We'll have a quick discussion about it, and then we'll make the call from there. So I like it too. And the sword thing, pointing your sword up if you think you landed the hit, and pointing at your opponent if you think they hit you, and then pointing it down if you don't know, I think that's immensely helpful. Any other comments about fighting? Anything you want to see in the next live stream?
I gotta say, at least this pool was way more dynamic than the pool I was in with the fighting.
Alright. So, I'm going to be completely honest with you guys. I made a mental list of who fought like what, and I roughly seeded you guys against each other based off how I predicted the performance would be. Now, Huma Scorecard has a function that automatically does this based off of your ratings. However, none of you have Huma ratings, so it would be impossible to do that. Except for Lauren and I both have Huma ratings, and Sam has a Huma rating, but he is not in the club anymore. So I kind of seeded you, so people in your pool would fight at a similar level that you would be fighting. So that way, the people in pool 1 would knock each other out, and pool 2 and pool 3 and pool 4, and then we'd have a diverse mix of people who got a shot at the final pool. Like seeding somebody who's brand new with like all of my heavy hitters from UTD would not have been as fun, I feel like. So yeah.
Which I have seeding questions, but those can be answered later.
Yeah.
It was just very nice seeing a lot of different moves being played out in this pool, because at least the pool I was in, it was just a lot of long points and some lunging, kind of.
Alright, but yeah, we'll definitely work on that, and I think I relatively like this pool. I think it was... I'm going to be honest, I had more fun with pool 3 because I was really getting into the groove of everything. Like, this is the first pool that I've ever been a head judge of, so I was still getting into it, and once I got to pool 3, I had more fun with it, and I felt a lot better about it. But pools 1 and 3 were my people who have generally fought with steel before and fought around before, and pools 2 and 4 were people who have not fought a lot with steel before. So, yes?
How many tournaments do you need to play to get a Huma rating, or is it like a...
1. Just
so
1.
it's like...
1 tournament that has been entered for Huma ratings. And I am planning on entering the intercollegiate tournament on March 9th into Huma ratings if we meet the requirements, and B, not for steel, it'll be for synthetic swords, because all of the swords at the tournament are synthetic. Sad face.
So people will have a synthetic rating.
Correct. There is a separate rating on Huma Scorecard for nylons and steels. So, if that's everything, I'm going to go ahead and end this live stream, and we will pick up with Pool 3 the next time. So, everybody have a good night, and I hope you guys enjoyed.
Thank you.
Thank you. Later.